Students, you study about the cell theory, how the cell was found out, everything on your own. Okay. Who contributed mostly to study this one? We can say Matthias Jacob Sheldon, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow. Okay, who started the nearly 200 years back research in search of this unit started. Okay, and Robert who gave the name to the cell. Okay. Okay, why cells are very small? Why cells are very small means, for example, if the cells are small, they can be near and they can occupy the space. Okay, so near, so that what happens when the cells are very small, their lifespan is long. Lifespan means what? They live long time. They live long time. If the cell shape is small, they live long time. Okay, live long time. Then if the cell shape is large means they live less time. For example, you see the cell of the hen. Hen keeps the egg na. This egg is one cell. Okay, the cells we can see with our eyes is the example is the hen cell. Okay, egg is the one cell. Understand? So this cell is very big. That is why this hen lives very less time. If the cells are very small, they live long time. Now we see human beings, in our body all cells are very small. So we are able to live 60 years, 70 years, but hen lifespan is very less. Okay. So, and then if the cell is very big, the transportation of the food will be lacking. They get the less food. Okay. If the cells are very small, they get more food, and giving the food, transporting the food is easy. Okay, more food and easy, and less food and it is the difficult thing. Okay, so that is why cells are very small. Okay, I have explained to you why cells are so small. Why cells are so small? What would happen if the cells were big? What are the advantages of cell have small size? I have explained to you. Okay, we have studied that there is a continuous exchange of materials like nutrients. Exchange means giving always in the between the cells, always these works are taking place. Materials giving the nutrients, gases releasing and breathing, and excretory products between the cell and its surroundings, and the waste materials are sending out gases, breathing in oxygen, breathing out carbon dioxide, and the nutrients giving all the proteins, fats to all parts of the cell. Everything is taking place. This happens through the surface of the cell. It happens through the surface of the cell. If the cell is like this means, so all the things from the cell to the cell through the surface through this exchange will be taking place. So if the cells are very near, exchange will be very easy and more food they can get. If the big cells means far, it is very difficult and they live less time and they live more time. Okay. So exchange occurs across small distances. It would require less energy. So it would only be possible if the size of the cells are very small. If they are very small means we use less energy for the giving the food, to exchange the food. For example, if you are sitting beside me, I give to you book. If you are very far from the school, you have to use your more energy, come to the school by walk or by vehicle to get the books. If you are sitting beside me with a less energy, without using energy, I will give simply. So that is the way. That's why cells are very small and it should be near. So this is the radius of the cell, surface of the cell, volume, ratio, and everything. Okay, so I say to you what is needed. Okay, so cells are the three-dimensional. So three-dimensional means cell have the length, and cell has the breadth, and cell has the height. So it is called as the length, breadth, height. Okay, so it is the one. If we observe the egg is a one cell, and cells of the egg cells of the birds are juicy hair. In the orange, na, so we see in the orange like this, na, straight. This is also a one kind of cell, small cells. So when we observe all these cells, they have length, breadth and height. So that is why we say it is a three-dimensional. It has the three. Length it has, breadth has, height has. So cells are the three-dimensional. So what we have learned, cells are the structural and functional unit of living organisms. Cell gives the structure to our body, and it do all the works, function. And cells were discovered by Robert Hooke. Cells are bound by an elastic, selectively permeable membrane. Okay, and cells are like elastic. It can be stretched out, and it can again to bring it to its place. Okay, and permeable membrane means it gives permission to the exchange of the nutrients. Plant cells have the cell wall around the cell membrane made of cellulose. Plant have the cell wall. Cell wall is made up of the cellulose. And eukaryotic cells have membrane bound nucleus. Okay, and eukaryotic cell have the membrane and it has the nucleus. And another point, lysosomes are the membrane bound. That means all the cells don't have, inside the cell itself, cell parts have membranes. Lysosome has the membrane and nucleus has the membrane, and outside the cell also has the membrane. Here nucleus and lysosome. It has the membrane and cell membrane. Packaging of substances are done in the Golgi bodies, packaging the protein. And mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell because it releases the energy. And plastids are found only in the plant cells. There are mainly two groups, colored and colorless. Colorless we found in the radish, and it has more starch. Colored plastid means green pigment. Okay, and the next one is chloroplasts are the chlorophyll contained in the green colored plastids. Prokaryote do not contain membrane bound organelles. Membrane bound organelles means like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi body. Cells are not flat, they are three-dimensional. It is not flat like this, it is three-dimensional. It has the height, length and breadth. Genetic material found in the nucleus, mitochondria and plastid. Genetic material which is passed from one generation to the other generation. Sometimes if our parents are very strong, we are also strong, because of why mitochondria is the powerhouse of the house, more energy. So genetic materials present in the nucleus, mitochondria and plastid, which goes from generation to the generation. If our parents are weak and sick, we also become sick. If parents are strong, we also become strong, because from the parents we get the energy. And the nucleus. Thank you students. We have finished the lesson. Read the whole lesson once again. Underline the important points and choose the correct option. I will send the question and answers in the website. Please copy it in the science note. Thank you students.